Hi, we're here with we're here with my friend Obama Bear. I call him that because I found him in a gift shop, and it was about a year ago when we were being introduced to um, politics, and uh, I realized that it's um, basically about that time again, and I feel that people should recognize the fact that it's 2 weeks away. I'm sure most people know it's 2 weeks away to election day. And I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate um, Steve Bullock for helping us out with food stamps and let people know that Trump is not always the best person for um, a candidate for president because he has so many characters about him that aren't perfect. And Biden's not perfect, but he's for the people, and Trump is for himself. And he states that in his rallies because he says he misses people. Sure, he misses people, but he says things that can not be too sure about. And I'm more on the independent side. I could go either way, or I could choose Democrat. But this moment, I haven't had a chance to vote, but I think I might be voting for Biden. And when I get my ballot in the mail, that's who I plan on voting for. Okay, I have a friend here, and he is going to come on. Thank you. Oh, there you go. Hammering. Where do you go? Somewhere. Look here. Right over there. Okay, my friend will be here in about a minute and a half, and he's coming, so here he is. Hey, Peter Gabriel. Cool. Hi there. This is Jim Bauer. This is the Power Hour Part 2. Sorry I was incomprehensible last time. I went too much Bruce Springsteen's oil to be do anything sensible. But anyway, yeah. So this stuff first it makes you want to run, and after that, well, dancing in the dark and end up dancing on a sea of air. Whatever. Well, yeah. So anyway, so I promised Trish that I'd at least tell you people something about how Muhammad Ali started a jihad against all my enemies. Well, actually, he didn't start. He wanted to. But he gave it over to Farrakhan, who, of course, runs the Nation of Islam, aka Black Muslims, which is kind of a misnomer because plenty of white people in there now.
Well, just like the Black Panthers back in the 60s, there are all kinds of white people in there too. There still are. The Panthers are still around. Well, so yeah. So we get back to Muhammad Ali. Okay, so I was in my room Saturday afternoon trying to move some furniture around, and I was playing on my turntable. This is a long time ago, like 1979. So I had it. I don't remember what brand it was, anything now. It was an Onkyo, and so I was, so I was playing Pharoah Sanders' first record, Jewels of Thought. And the first song on that album is called Humala, from HUM-ALLAH. And so about a few seconds, maybe a minute after the song started, I heard Muhammad Ali next door. I used to live next door. I'm in Chicago. And he was very excited. And they said, "What's that music? Where is it coming from?" He said, "Hey, it sounds like someone's praying to Allah." So they freaked out, and he said, Jim, come down here. We want to talk to you." Well, before that, he said, "Hey, isn't that the boy who's got the hitman after him?" And he said, Jim, it's Arabic. I see. This is like maybe a month or two later. Well, actually, but yeah, the whole thing started in Kane's barbershop. Well, he joined the Black Panthers. I'm not talking about that today, but the whole business about Hitman started in a Chinese restaurant called Chop Suey, which was like around the corner from Kane's barbershop, where, of course, Aldi joined the Panthers there. Sometime in September 1979. I don't remember the exact date. So, yeah. So then, after he got excited, he said, "Let's get all the Black Panthers and Black Muslims together and declare a jihad against all Jim Bauer's enemies." So I was going to go to the window and look out, but then by the time I got there, before I got there, I heard some car doors slamming, and like they screamed off in the distance like they were in the Batmobile or something like that. And by the time I got to the window, like there's no one back there. So anyway, see, and this is not in that book, The Mind Warfare. This is something I've never told before on the internet. At least I don't think so. So anyway, so the next day I was walking towards A&P to pick up some groceries, of course. I was about a block away from home because I was living next door to Muhammad Ali in those days when he was still in Chicago. Well, mansions all over the place, like Chicago, LA, New York. So anyway, so I started walking away toward the A&P, and this skinny guy with a little bow tie and nice white shirt, suit jacket, came running up behind me. He was picking up his feet to get there faster. He said, "I was meaning to talk to you." At that time, I had no clue that it was Farrakhan. Well, I don't know why. See, obviously, Muhammad Ali could not start a jihad by himself. He had to go to Farrakhan to do it. It was like, Farrakhan is the boss. So anyway, so this guy asked me, Farrakhan said, "I was meaning to talk to you." And so I said, "Okay." And he said, "Well," he introduced himself. I said, "Oh, I know Muhammad Ali. I lived next door to him." Well, he already knew that, of course. But then he said, he said, I'm the minister who takes care of Muhammad Ali," something like that. I don't remember the exact wording, but then he said, "Muhammad Ali is a minister too." So after that, we started talking about. He said, he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm a student at the University of Chicago." Yes, well, what are you studying? Well, I said a lot of stuff at school because I was in this way program to give a master's degree. So I said philosophy because those were my favorite subjects. And so, what's your philosophy? And I said, well, this guy who believes that complexity is consciousness. That's an interesting idea. And then he changed the subject, started talking about the weather. And then after that, he ran up a side street north. I'm sure to go back to the mosque. It was like, the center in those days for the whole nation was all over the world. Yeah, so that was cool. So I kept on walking to the store because really hitting groceries bad that day, I guess. Especially salad dressing because well, after a while, there was this big guy following me, but I kind of ignored it because, well, he was cool. He seemed to be cool and he didn't seem threatening in any way. And like he was going to mug me at any instant. So I just said, I just left him alone. So when I got to the store, I started going through various aisles, and at one point, the same guy got up with me and salad dressing for a while, and I looked at him. He looked at me, and I was going to say, can I help you, sir? Or something like that, but then I thought, well, he might not like that. I don't know this guy. Maybe he won't. I come and say, well, can I help you with something, sir? So I just turned my head and went to the checkout line. And then on my way out of the store, I saw this kid. He must have been like 2, 3 years old. He's just a kind of a toddler. I was trying to get a gumball or a toy out of this candy machine. The ones with the little knobs you turn and the gumball comes spinning out. Well, anyway, so I felt sorry for him, and so I just looked over his shoulder. So, how are you doing, kid? He just cried. So when it became obvious he couldn't get his gumball out or his toy or whatever, I just reached down and found the what you call it, the handle, you might say, the little thing to turn to let the gumball drop down. And so I said, hey, kid, you're turning this thing backwards. So I just turned the other direction. I must have already put a quarter in because the gumball came out, and he was happy. He ran off to his mom. He stopped crying in an instant. And so, yeah, he was very happy. And then at that point in time, I heard this same guy, big black guy. He's about 3 persons down in the line where I'd been. And he just pointed at me and said, that guy was cool. The way he helped that kid is gumball. If you ever see him is in trouble, you should be cool to him too. That's all he said at that time. And so I just walked out the door and started down the block, and then it's like I was half a block away from the A&P, and holy shit, that was Muhammad Ali. So, see, the word jihad does not mean holy war in the Arabic language. It means more like to help people or to do good. And that's like how Ali was that day. He's helping me. He's doing good. Well, that's great because, well, yeah, I mean, get the entire Nation of Islam behind you, not to mention the Black Panthers at that time, because the main reason he joined was because of me. I'll get to that some other time, though. Maybe on a different version of the Power Hour. So, yeah, so then on the way back, I remember, this woman came out of Ollie's mansion, actually the coach house behind it. And I started talking to her on the way back to my own place, and all of a sudden this guy came running up and said, I'm with Sports Illustrated. He gave me Mommy's phone number because he saw that woman coming out of the place back at the mansion. And she said, I can't give that to you. You have to ask this minister about it. So that was great. I then went upstairs. I guess I played another record or something. I really don't remember what else I did that day. So yeah, that's it. That's the story of Muhammad Ali joined the Black Panthers. Other than that, well, yeah, it's a fairly ordinary Sunday, and I think maybe from now on, well, apparently this our day to do the Power Hour. Maybe some other time during the week. But so the thing about the Power Hour is it's never precisely an hour. You can ask me anywhere from 10, 20 minutes to an hour and a half. Just depends what's on our minds today. I know Trish is very entertaining with her teddy bears and like that. Oh, Baba Bear is a puppy dog and not a bear. But then, same difference. It's a plush animal, and a lot of most teddy bears are plush animals. Well, in fact, all teddy bears are plush animals. So anyway, well, honey, do you have anything more to say? Oh, do I have anything more to say? Well, I covered the part about how Ali started a jihad. I can't think of any more. I feel I did my good deed for the day. Okay. So it's your turn. And then maybe I'll think of something by the time you're done talking. Oh, by the way, this is my keyboard over here. Yeah. See, I'm legally blind. I can no longer read. I don't know Braille yet, and I don't have an audiobook player, but I can't read the screen on the computer. I'm trying to get some voice recognition software that would fix that problem, but it costs money, and I don't have much. So yeah, so I'm applying for this low income loan, so I can get something. On the other hand, if a second stimulus bill comes along, then I might just buy it with my own money. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. So speaking of writing, first things I'm going to do is to see. I don't know if I'll even have to send the document to her because later Ali has a copy of my book, The Mind Warfare. Right now, she's sort of at odds with me because I made a stupid mistake. And anyone who knows me, knows I should tell her about this, and I think we'll do something like that on Facebook or Twitter, wherever, so she can know that this post is here. So yeah. So anyway, the deal is that Layla has a copy of the book, as does Natalie Allen, and a few other people. It hasn't sold well since 2003 when it was published, but the problem is I posted it to POD, Print on Demand publisher, and that was a mistake because to get any exposure, you have to pay them money, which I don't have. So I want to see if I can sell it to a traditional publisher, and I'll need some editing. But then I think Lyra is like one of the greatest editors of all time because a lot of that stuff I sent to Muhammad Ali's Facebook page in 2012 that was edited quite a bit, and especially like posts were arranged like what was up at the top of the page, the bottom, whatever. Anyway, so well, getting away from that. So yeah, so at some point before then, I was going to mail Muhammad Ali a copy of the book, but I put that in a box along with 5 books about Islam that I picked up in a class a few years before at the University of Montana. And so, anyway, in fact, that's where the English faculty kind of looked over the book. They thought it was extremely commercial, possibly a bestseller. Well, that's sad because it wasn't a bestseller when it came out. In fact, I think what the money I made off it was something like $25 or whatever. So that's why I want to republish, find another publisher. So yeah, we'll get back to Layla. Okay, so I sent the book and books on Islam to Muhammad Ali, and later they all came back to me. I don't know why. I was heartbroken, but I said, well, I signed my name, I autographed the Might era for her. Yeah, later on, and well, Muhammad Ali. But then when they came back, I added her name to autograph in different colored ink. So it's kind of obvious that there's something that happened. There's an elaborate message there. I don't remember what it was. I suppose Layla could tell you because I'm sure she still has the book. Yeah, so and then they're saying simply to my brother Muhammad Ali, because that's what Muhammad Ali called me. What are you saying? So it was yeah, to my brother Jim Bauer. So well, I felt okay, then that's okay. You signed also your brother Muhammad Ali. So I did was tackle on to the end, and my sister later on. So she loved the book. But anyway, so what I heard from an employee of Muhammad Ali's company, Muhammad Ali Enterprises LLC, was that this woman, Dawn Knizik, told this to me. Uh, well, uh, was when I asked her what happened, and she said that, well, the mailroom messed up. That they must have thought it was for autographing, which all they didn't do anymore because this is Parkinson's works. And so, okay. So, okay, now I know what I'm going to say, but the problem is it's really my fault because, well, I just seemed I never had enough money to buy another copy of the thing because a lot of these PODs don't give you too many sample copies. I just got one and I wrote it to a friend and it disappeared. So, so I had to buy a new one. And, well, maybe I was just stupid or something because I really did. I really feel sorry about that. But that was outrated. I don't know, that's not the wrong name, but that is wrong, not word, but that yeah, that but then I couldn't send her a book. But anyway, so anyway, well, he did spend about half an hour to an hour chatting with me on Facebook a week before he died, which is cool. Eventually, he just stopped. He just stopped sending messages on Facebook on other what do you call them chat things, and that was so. I assume that, as Don Knight said, that some days he could talk and some days he couldn't. So I'm sure what's happened was that he simply wasn't able to speak any longer because I'm sure he used voice recognition software to get this information because at that point with his prognosis he could not have used like a keyboard to type in everything, and then being legally blind I had to kind of look around with the magnifier and like that. It's hard for me to type that way because you jiggle the mouse so everything goes crazy and you're on the opposite side of the screen from where you began, and it's like so yeah, but I thought that was cool. He spent so much time when he was dying to talk to me because I think there have been some problems between us, and well, I think that I'll be with Layla too because well, okay, if I for a while we're doing great because see, Layla used something called remote spyware to take over Trish's phone, and so she helped rewrite some of our stuff to Facebook. And the last time she did that was okay. That was about the time that Trump started hitting onto Squad. AOC, was it Ilhan Omar, and two other people like that. All of them black or Kamala Harris. Yeah, she was in that too. She was part Jamaican and part East Indian. Anyway, so well, so anyway, so anyway, so yeah, so of course, Trump went around saying, well, they should go back where they came from. Okay, three of them were born in America. The other was what's it called? Nationalized, naturalized citizen. So drawn from America. Why send them back home? Okay, maybe one of them could send back to Africa, but really, if she's a citizen, so what? How did Trump get here anyway? His parents came over from somewhere in Europe. He's a white man. There's no way he could have like Indian blood in him. They made fun of people like Elizabeth Warren, who do, and says, "Oh, he's talking about Pocahontas all the time," and that's kind of rude. I don't know what it would do to me because it's not quite possible to have a little bit of Indian blood in me too. So, okay, what's he going to call it? Start calling me now Geronimo Jim or something like that. So anyway, Trish was writing a post for Facebook on her phone because we didn't have the computer set up yet. And all I said was dial is number 202, blank, 1414. Okay. And tell the racists in the White House. And see, this is where Layla intrigued because it was supposed to be White House, but she had the Y. She got her stuff like that too. But anyway, so Whitey House, and tell him to go back where he came from. Okay, that number, that's an unlisted White House number for, I said it's the vice president's phone, which I got from Muhammad Ali. And of course, we've changed vice presidents now, so that's why it didn't work. But I guess someone in the Whitey House blew up, and they must have called like in the middle of the night to knock it off. After a while, I'm sure they traced that back to her. And so well, I mean, okay, so maybe she's so mad at me. Her, at least her father would forgive just about anything if you apologize. So right now, I'm probably apologizing to Layla Ali for pulling that stunt, even though it's hilarious. The problem is I should have used the official White House number, 202-456-1414, and told people to go there and complain about this, whatever you want to call them, a racist, saying those awful things. And that would have been better. So anyway, but that's kind of the story about that. But anyway, that's right. See, when I republish a book, I want to retitle Reality is the Greatest. Because that's the name of a chapter in there. That's all. One reason why Layla knew is about her father. In fact, she showed the book to him. He was delighted. He loved it. Because he's in there as a character. Yeah, see, the book is about this kind of a comic book science fiction thing. It's sort of a lot of reality. Got a mutated form, I guess you might say. But well, no, yeah. So I want to send it to a traditional publisher after I find the nature first. See, I want to change the name, which may not need Layla's permission to do that. I just want to change the name of the chapter. It's the greatest to Fear and Loathing in Invisible in the City of Night. And I think that's cool. It might work, but beyond those two changes, I want to edit the whole thing. Because that's her right as a member of Ali's family. I think she's a damn good editor because I know that Ali at the time was his Facebook page, but he was dying from Parkinson's, and I'm sure a lot of time he couldn't even move the mouse. So I know that at that time Layla took over a lot of the work on his Facebook page. So that's because she's one of the damn greatest sorry for the picture, one of the darn greatest editors in history. So yeah, I want to simply ask her to edit the thing and pass along back to the agent, and we'll take it from there. But that's about all for today. So I guess it's Trisha's turn again. So, honey, do you have anything more to say?
No, I'm done.
You're done?
Are you?
Yeah, I think so. So anyway, I'll let Chris turn off the machine because, as I said, I can't do it by myself. I'm legally bound. And yeah, well, I will tell you something. It's kind of miraculous, but well, it comes and goes. I'm not sure why, but for some reason, I seem to be regrowing the optic nerve, especially my right eye. Some doctors don't understand how that is possible and think I made that up. But I did manage to convince some people that, well, it's true because I finally got back what do you call them? Not managing directors from another eye doctor I'd seen for years, and the visual field tests showed that from the most recent ones that yes, there's a tremendous improvement in the right eye from going to be nearly blind in the eye. I now capable of seeing things, and it got worse for a while. The psychiatrist put me on this, and it was confident game for football, man. But when that was taken away, I started getting better again. So I find caught in the middle. I'm sure it'll come back again. I'll let the doctors figure out why and how. I believe it may be genetic, in which case, all they need would be a blood sample. They could ship it somewhere, or it could be analyzed, or maybe even done here in town. But so anyway, I was going to talk about the recessive and dominant genes, but see, my family really is the first known case of a dominant gene for juvenile glaucoma known to man. And so I think there may have been another mutation that hit me, and that's linked to the whatever is causing the glaucoma, whatever the genes are. If it could be isolated, maybe they have a way to use gene therapy to restore people's sight. It's a hypothesis now, but that could be it. I'm not quite sure. On the other hand, there's this woman in town who owns a CBD American Shaman. It's what do you call it? A chain store. Well, anyway, it's a franchise. So she told me that one of her customers had been using CBD for 3 months after being blind for 30 years from a laboratory accident, was getting his colors back. And then he stopped coming by, and she didn't know what happened to him after that. So maybe it could be the CBD. Oh, I'm not sure. I keep taking it every day because always it's better for things like anxiety than some of the medicine that they sell you at that you need a doctor's permission and you have to get a prescription. So yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know what it was causing it, but I think it's cool. As far as that goes, yes, both Muhammad Ali and all of his children, in fact, they're all super cool. Well, that's great. So I guess that's all for now. So, okay, honey, why don't you have Obama there waiting? What was that? Well, here. Why don't you tell them about Obama there?
Okay. We have been taking such good care of Jim that when we were in the hospital, we found a bottle bear. But we decided to name him bottle bear because he was a black dog. And
Bottle bear is the best bear of all time.
this is Michelle Bear. And we thought they looked good together. So we decided to keep them. And we, like I said, we found them in the hospital one time. We took them home, and we enjoyed this dog very much ever since. And that's it. And we wish the real mama could see this dog because it reminds us of her. And is that everything?
I think it is. I don't know what we're saying about that. Yes, could be.
And